Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Dressed all in black today because I found some downright distressing news that put me into mourning. It has to do with the Browning BAR. The target is set up at 100 yards. We are going to do some shooting, but I'm going to give some reverence to this rifle that evidently Browning has turned their back on. So hang on folks, I'll be back in a minute and we'll get to shooting. Since 1967, Browning has made, in my estimation, the finest semi-automatic rifle ever made. They are actually the first commercial company to make for the sporting arms community, hunting community, a semi-automatic rifle that could use magnum calibers in a long action type of frame. That was the 7mm Remington mag, the 300 Winchester mag, and the 338 Winchester mag that could be fired in a semi-automatic platform. It is a gas-operated system. Now, since 1967, the Browning BAR semi-automatic has gone through several iterations. It started out with the Type 1, then they went to the Type 2, which was a frame change and a stock change. Then in the early 2000s, they came out with their Savari line, which is what I have here on that I'm going to be demonstrating and shooting today. Then they went to the European FN models, the Mark IIIs, in several iterations. And I hope that FN will continue to produce the rifle by buying the contract from Browning if Browning is no longer going to be manufacturing these rifles. It's a crying shame. All right, this rifle here you may know about. My wife bought it for me about 3 years ago as a Christmas present. It's in my favorite cartridge, which is a 25-06. A couple weeks ago I did a video with my Browning BBR, which is a bolt action rifle, and I tested some 100-grain spears, and now I'm going to validate those in this hunting rifle. But the sad news is this rifle is going to go into semi-retirement, because once a company discontinues a certain type of firearm, then the components to fix the firearm may also become moot. So, because this rifle is so nice, and I'm only going to use it for hunting season, and maybe only shoot about 10 rounds a year, for the rest of my life, and maybe for my son's life and my grandchildren's life, this rifle may be useful forever. Okay, the 3 cartridges that I'm going to be shooting today, and with different bullets and different powders. The first one that I'll be shooting is the 100-grain Spear Hot Core. It's a flat-based bullet, a very good hunting bullet. The middle one is a Sierra Game King, which is a boat tail bullet, and the one on the end is a 110-grain Hornady ELDX. Now, all of these I have shot before, but not necessarily in this rifle. All of these, well, at least the Sierra and the Hornady ELDX, have taken a deer for me, and they were all one-shot kills. So I'm going to be testing at 100 yards, and then just put it up. So I'm going to be shooting a total of 3 of each. You'll see the target, and then that's it. And it'll be retired until just before hunting season, when it's time to sight in and choose which one of these bullets I'll be using. So hang on folks, I have to set up the target camera down there, get this thing all set up, and you'll see the shooting. Okay, first up is these Spear 100-grain flat-based bullets. I don't know where they're going to hit, but we're going to see that together. Whether or not I need to make an adjustment, I don't know. Be the target, upper target on the left. Three shots. think it's in the black. I can't see it from here. Also can't see that from here. Maybe you guys did. Third shot. Well, all three must be in the black. Now these are traveling right at 3274, 3,274 feet per second, which means that out to 400 yards, I only have an 11-inch drop. So basically, I can hold dead on. Well, this should be sighted about at least 1 inch high in order to be able to hold dead on out to 400 yards. Boy, what a beautiful day for a memorial for this fine rifle. The target dots down there are exactly 1 inch. This scope only goes up to 16 power, so I really couldn't see those shots inside of the black. But they're all three in there. Okay, next up, 3 Sierra Game Kings. They should shoot about the same, but we'll see. They're not a flat base bullet, they are a boat tail. Alright, so it'll be the target just to the left of the last one I shot. Well, those felt a lot hotter. According to my deal, those are flying at 3,300 feet per second. And that sure opened up quite a bit. I could see that. All right, so let's go ahead and reset, shoot the last 3, and give this rifle a sweet adieu until deer season, come October. Now, by today's standards of free-floated barrels, back in the old days, most of the rifles were not. Any of the rifles that had a military pedigree, direct from the military, Springfield, etc., they did not have free-floated barrels, especially the old military ones with banded stocks, etc. Well, the Browning BAR, because it has a piston gas system, is also not free-floated. But they did their testing, they did all their work, and without a free-floated barrel, it gave acceptable hunting accuracy, which is right around 1 MOA. Okay, so here comes the last 3 shots, which will be this 110 grain Hornady ELDX. Now, the last deer I killed a year or so ago with these, it did exit, so I was pretty pleased. And that shot was somewhere right around 225, 230 yards. Okay, so we're going to be shooting the target on the right, lower right. Let's go ahead and reset that camera down there and get to shooting. Okay, well, let's see where these shoot. Be lower right. Okay, let's go take a look at that target. Looks like those drifted quite a bit to the left. I don't know why. Okay, folks, you saw this target before, but while I was shooting. But on the left here, the 100 grain spear, hot core bullet, 3,274.785 group, pretty good little group there. Then I don't know what happened here. The Sierras are generally very, very accurate. The Game Kings, 3,310, opened up to 1.721, don't know why. Then I followed that up with 110 grain Hornady ELDX. That's what I shot my deer with a couple years ago, 3,185 feet per second. That opened up to 2.08. I don't try to hide anything. That's the way it shot. But off camera, I wasn't satisfied with this, so I adjusted the scope and shot 3 more of the 110 grain and came up with a group of .771. So this right here just must have been because I was reminiscent about the Browning BAR and the fact that Browning is discontinuing. Well, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up, folks. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment if you will. But no matter what, God bless y'all. See you next time. Goodbye.